Sangena, sangena,
Sangena,
oh, sangena, pagati,
Sangena,
sangena,
Sangena, Sangena. How's a lesbian? I can't get bass.
Where's the bass?
Guys, welcome to the Queer Way of Life with me, Bujy. And this week we're still having, quite an interesting conversation. And I can see, Katli, how are you today? Is your mic working?
My mic is working, hopefully. It's not fine. There's no sound distortion this week.
So we debuted, obviously, and then this is our second episode. And yeah, we got all mixed feelings, which is something that we fully respect. But we're still here to make sure that we're still, podcast and chill with us, the Queer Way of Life. And today I'm joined by Amanda and the one and only Banzi, right? Is it fine when I say I'm chilling with the lesbians?
Yes, please say it.
Good.
Please say it.
Can I say it?
Say it right.
Good.
Okay. Today we are chilling with the lesbians. My friends and I used to do that all the time. When you see like lesbians pass, like lesbian. Guys, can you please explain this, right? As much as you're an activist, you're a musician, and one thing I want to know, what is this feud that we have between gays and lesbians?
Hey,
I don't understand.
you should be able to answer that.
I love the laugh.
There is this feud. We've never spoken about it, but gays and lesbians, there's this thing of us just, when we look at you, the first thing that we say in our corner.
Number one, why do you call us malume?
Yeah,
Why?
let's call up.
Because our uncle.
No, but guys, how would you like to be addressed? Honestly speaking, because us as gay guys, we normally call each other CC.
Show me.
Show me. So Luna, is it Mebra or Malume or Njita?
You know what, Kathleen? With all due respect, it's always, because our queer community is very vast and diverse, it's always advisable to ask an individual their pronoun. We can't just assume that you want to. Not even, guys. Not even. So it's always proper and respectful to refer to ask someone what they would like to be referred to as. I mean, I'm okay with the she, but it doesn't necessarily mean that somebody that is also masculine representing or not even masculine representing prefers to be called a she. So it's always nice to ask a lesbian woman or whoever that is identifying with the queer community what would they like to be called,
For me, call me bruv. Uncle.
What does that mean?
Bruv means brother.
Brother.
But you know what I mean? But it's cool because then you can turn it into being feminine
These are the
also.
cool kids.
Yeah,
These are the cool
I'm
kids.
a cool kid, you know what I mean? So call me bruv, but also I'm she, her.
You she, her, okay.
I don't mind. I don't care if you call me man, whatever. I really don't catch feelings when people call.
So let's go back. Where did the feud start from? Like, what is it that's banga because I understand that. I mean, I have a penis, you've got a vagina.
You think?
But still, we're competing.
Battle off.
All the time. I remember the other time we went to MacG, right? And then my friend was like, "Oh, the lesbians finish all the clothes."
I used to shop there in my 20s.
Pelam
everywhere.
Banzi.
The suits, the pants, everything.
Banzi.
Yeah.
So
but
are we fighting over the clothes or identity?
I feel like it's probably the identity. Because most of the time when I'm chilling with a lot of gay guys, you know what I mean? A lot of them, they always have this bratty type of attitude. I love the exuberance and just chilled how gay guys are.
Besides.
But, their personality is awesome. But don't do it into a beef. There's no beef. It's just how you think about it. It's just like maybe
Mara,
I'm cool
I
with
must say
everybody.
this. You guys think she ama chino wenu ngama kevu. Ankathi kuyifita
Uyayazi etratini. Seyilenga lapha etratini. Inamakhef. Ishape.
Baro wena uncle.
You know what I mean?
Malume way.
It's not fair. Don't call us that.
But
Don't call us
Bujy,
that.
I'm here to be real, man. Because you and I go way back.
Yeah, by the way, you have money. You can afford to book me, by the way. Don't come cheap.
I used to have money. what I've noticed is that it's not really a feud, but my people.
Because I know you have more for a lesbian crowd.
Yes.
As someone, which is I totally love.
Yeah. I must say that most of our events have been dominated by physical fights, you know, and of which most of the time my gay people are like, "Eish, my event I'm a lesbian, man. Fight," of which is true.
All the time,
Of which is true. The bouncer is likely to escort a lesbian woman than a gay guy.
Gay guy.
Yes.
Serious.
I've seen it. No, it's true.
It's
I don't know why the stigma is always attached to you guys, Hore. And to me, there's one thing, Hore. All the time, wherever I'm going out with whoever is lesbian, there's bound to be a fight.
true.
With the particular lesbian chick that
what's
I'm
the
with.
cause of this fight?
It's
what
that
causes?
internalized masculinity. We need to act it
Toxic.
out.
Toxic.
Sometimes it's not, but
Okay.
sometimes it's internalized that we don't know how to act other than the way that we've been seeing our uncles and brothers acting. So like we were raised in those kind of families. So like we need to act how they acted in those situations. Like you know what I mean?
Like before I shared a platform with Banzi, I had to ask her about a story that once happened back in the days where she was accused.
And yes,
She was accused of...
We want to know.
Yo, can we dissect
She was accused
What are you
of...
talking about?
Homie here was once married, and of course,
By the way, you guys are all divorced.
besides me,
Oh, you're not?
I've never engaged.
Look at Kachi.
I've never been engaged.
I don't know why this always comes up. Serious.
Hey.
Okay, okay, Banzi.
It's
Okay.
those mistakes we make as queer people.
As queer people.
We move in quick and we get married quick to the wrong people.
So
as well.
I was saying before I could share platform,
Uh-huh.
especially because some of us are fighting for those that are voiceless. Some of us are taking opportunities to confront the people that are distorting the image of LGBTI, especially when it comes to violence and things like that. So I know that she was once involved. Before I could share a platform with her, I had to pull her aside to say, as my nigga, like, you've once been involved in a story of being an abuser, and you were married once, and no shapangwana bathu, wabo. So kamufa opportunity, no? Not that she owes me anything, but it's
opportunity. You're not God, nigga. Opportunity.
I'm not God.
Who do you think you are?
I'm not God.
Nah, chill.
I'm not God, but I was
She's
definitely.
your nigga. She's your
No,
nigga.
no,
She's your
yeah.
nigga.
I just met her today. She's not my nigga as well. Number 2.
But definitely, it was well within my rights to actually say that I'm not going to be now hypocritical and
Okay.
move on as if. And she can speak for herself.
Exactly. I was quite open about it, you know.
About your divorce.
about my
And the
divorce.
abuse.
Yes. I was quite honest with Amanda when she asked me
Would you
about
like
it.
sharing?
Remember, we were chilling at the bar, and she did ask me, "Oh, I think I know your face," and I was like, "Nah, you don't know me. You saw that, right?"
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Nah, man, I know you." And then she was like, "I think it was controversial," and I was like, "I knew," because the thing is, I was married. Yes, I was married to a woman. In 2017, I was probably 26 years old.
Okay.
I just moved to Johannesburg from Cape Town. I was extremely vulnerable at the time because my family was not here in Johannesburg. I was also leaving my friends in Cape Town, right?
Okay.
Because I wanted to just do a new chapter in my life. So when I got to Johannesburg, I asked this woman about, okay, cool, please style my event for me, right? She did that. We were dating for a couple of months. We got married in February 2017.
Okay.
We lived together from 2017. I know, shotgun wedding, shotgun living. That's how lesbian. At that time, that's where I was, you know. Damn. That's where I was at the time. I was in my 20s and everything, you know, vulnerable, didn't have my family here. So there was exes in the picture with her, right? I think that was the issue with me. I didn't know what was going on, and she wasn't as forthcoming, right? So in the marriage then, it was quite hectic for me to also understand how to deal with all of this stuff that I'm seeing in the marriage, because I was raised in a dysfunctional family where physical abuse was everywhere, pew, 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 everywhere. You know what I mean? So I didn't know how to handle everything as a woman. But, okay, when you love someone to this magnitude, how do I walk away? Do I do this? I did not have the tools.
So you became physical?
Yes, I became physical with her.
So was she the one who started being physical, and then Somareva street fight?
She was antagonizing me in a way where she was cheating on me, and she wasn't stopping what she was doing. When I was asking her to, she wasn't respecting my boundaries. And I'm not enforcing that I was right? But that's what I'm calling it. It's what it was, right? And so because I did not have the right way to deal with it, I then became abusive, right? Okay. And then we lived together, and she was working at in a place where she didn't like working there, right? And then I was supporting her financially. But, you know, for me, when I started actually asking her to actually pay the money she owed me, she then took all of our secrets. Because I confided on her about my secrets, about my fears, about my friend fears, about my career fears, everything. Okay. And I was doing well in my life. I was working at the British Council, everything. I was having the contracts of, you know, for days.
All right.
You know, so when I brought up the whole money situation, that's when she went on social media and she took all my secrets in public. And then she made that a thing. When we had actually resolved the whole physical altercations, you know, but because it suited her at the time, you know. And I think my main issue with how feminine women deal with masculine presenting women in same-sex relationships is the fact that we as masculine presenting women are put in a space of being men. We're not there to fulfill those roles. I'm not a man. I still have a vagina. I still have a clitoris. I still menstruate, right? I'm like you. But why are you putting me in that role and actually trying to smear me with that and project on me your insecurities? That was my issue with that thing. She also had her own issues, but I did not go on social media and point out her issues.
Did you apologize for
how
that?
About we dealt with it? That's why I said we dealt with it in the marriage because it suited her, and actually I was, you know, calling out a thing of her owing me money, which was rightfully right.
Was it?
She then felt about, okay, in order to avoid, she must just go on social media and paint
now,
everything like that.
As a social responsibility, as you can see that as the LGBTI community, we are actually, hence I said it was well within my rights to actually say, for me to share a platform with somebody, then I know that I would have said I didn't look past. I know that I'm not God, but I know I wouldn't betray my values as an individual. No. Now, my question is, as we are trying to fix the society, as individuals, as groups, as upcoming activists, what's your role in the queer community to actually correct this distortion of toxic masculinity?
Yes, yeah. I also mentioned this to you earlier, but because I know I was raised in a dysfunctional family where physical abuse was rampant as a kid. I lost my parents at 9 years old also. Okay. This is what a lot of people must know as well. So when I needed to grieve my parents, my extended family was not there to help me. Yabo. So I was a child trying to navigate this. I'm making bad friendships. I'm making bad choices. And then I marry a woman when I'm 26 years old, right? And then all of those traumas are coming into this marriage, right? Back to your question. How am I rectifying this? After the whole marriage dissipated and it didn't work out, I have been working at going to therapy. I've been healing myself. But then we must not also get this twisted. It's not my only responsibility to fix the community on my own. It's not my responsibility. She has her own issues she also needs to deal with. And it's not fair that she put everything on me. And till this day, it's still on me, right? When do we talk about reform? When do we talk about reform for people who have been abusive and for people who enter relationships like that when they know it? When do we talk about them changing? Because human beings don't stay the same.
Let me share something with you also that happens a lot in the gay community, is that there's always struggle of power and we're always trying to protect ourselves. if there's one thing that I've learned, if you're in that position, because with your situation, it did happen. In my situation, it didn't happen when somebody went and accused me and said, I have been beating them up for the past 10 years. And then I had to sue their bloody ass because now it's like, how dare you go out of your way to take something so sensitive and say, I was abusing you? Because imagine Bujy au shapache, ungabunjani. You understand? It's like, fano kutunyatule track. So for me, it was like, how dare you go and lie about so many things? Because people will take things that have happened, an incident, and I knew that he was lying because he took an incident that happened between me and him at home, and then he went and then he exaggerated it to someone he thought doesn't know me, because the person knows me. So I also think that also as the community, we still have a lot of healing to do, but at the same time, it's like,
you know, Bujy,
it's a process.
It's
messy.
No,
It's messy.
There was a time where there was this anonymous Facebook thing that people had to inbox and say, maybe victims had to inbox whoever the admin was at that time to say, I've been raped by Bujy, but I never got an opportunity, or I was spiked by so and so in the queer community, and I've never had an opportunity to confront. And I must say the platform was good, but the results and the repercussions of the platform were not so good, because
most of the things that they said were false.
No,
because how do you also legitimize that?
Now,
who is there?
Especially because now you are inboxing an admin and you're saying keep me anonymous, but there was a night where I was with Bujy at Maboneng at Shakers on a Sunday, and Katli said I must give Bujy my job. Bujy, like, stories
Too much.
At the end of the day, there's a case.
There's a case.
There's a
behind
case.
it, yeah.
Although I will always say, guys, please do not distort me.
Go to the cops. Go to the police. If you are being abused,
I'll always
go to
believe
the
the one that was raped before anything. I will always believe the one that is saying I'm a victim. But now, when things are being distorted and when things are not followed up, when people are now being vindictive, because this community is well known for Salka Jola Luena, Jola le mutona le chalete.
so is that what happens with you guys?
Also,
But also with gays,
it does.
You guys have too much time on your hands. I don't have time for
Too many people
nonsense.
have time for
Me,
their hands,
people have
right?
time. Like, how do you even, like, guys, we need to address this. Like, for me, it doesn't make sense when you really, you know what? Don't go out of your way. If you're hurt, you're hurt. Continue moving. Don't go lying.
Keep it moving. Keep it
And the
moving.
bitterness, keep it
bitterness.
moving.
But then the thing is, now they also do this thing, because I was thriving as an event organizer in Cape Town from 2012 until 2016 when I left, right?
Yes.
So she used all of that to actually get clout for herself. Now she's an event organizer, and the roles are reversed. I've lost my credibility because she took. And everybody
But
believed
now
her.
I need to
But
shire.
I
But also,
yes,
did
I
she
did.
really lose her credibility because of
Yes,
that?
I did. But your
But there's always
trivia,
two sides
but
to a
you're
story.
She
trivializing.
said she was provoked,
But
right?
you're trivializing the matter, Wena. You're making it seem like I was shiring her out of thin air. And I'm telling you, shiring her out of thin air. Yes, but I'm telling you, I did not have the right.
It's not funny, guys.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry
not
for laughing.
funny.
I know.
right?
It's not funny. It's
No,
not
okay.
It's funny, but I'm
Nancy,
saying.
can I ask something? Sorry
wait,
to chip in there.
wait, but
Okay,
I wanna
okay.
make this clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Shiring someone, physically abusing someone is not right.
Yeah.
I did mention, Ubana, I was raised in a physically abusive family.
Yeah.
I did not have the right tools to deal with being married at that time. I was vulnerable.
So you
right?
noticed this after the
Yes,
abuse?
after the marriage. That's the first woman I've ever shied, and that's the last woman I've ever shied.
Now, quick question.
What I'm trying to clear up is the
Okay.
fact that when you are raised in such, environments where you don't have also your parents present,
It's like a domino situation.
you can't just trivialize it and say, yeah, kantu bumshaya, and it's.
No, I'm just trying to
it's
say,
not
okay, but
that.
don't.
It's not that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So for me, I understand about, okay, cool. She was also flawed in her own ways. You know, emotionally abusive to me, taxing to me, because I was supporting her in a lot of ways. So it took a toll on me, and no, I'm not justifying everything. I'm just telling my truth right now. So it's important that we also understand about there mustn't be two roles. Feminine women are women. Masculine presenting women are women. We can't put masculine presenting women in the role of men and then smear them and make them seem like they are men. We are not men. We still have issues just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Let's not get that twisted, please. Let's clear that up.
Okay. Okay,
Right?
given.
So woman on woman violence.
It's you know what, I always say this: if there's an opportunity or a platform for us queer people to speak about these issues, it's a problem. Especially this hashtag love lives here couples. You are love live here emini ebusuku lala ngomqamelo manzi because bayakumura. And
But the funny thing is that she still DMs me until this day. When
but
she
now
has put a lot of stuff,
let
she
me
still
address
DMs me.
let me address
Trying
the
to-
social.
Guys are
Trying to
toxic.
talk
Both
to
in
her.
therapy.
No,
You know what I'm picking up?
Yeah,
I'm picking up a lot of
I've
I'm
gone
picking
to
up a
therapy.
lot of
Very
anger.
angry.
Yeah.
You're very
A lot of
angry
anger and
towards the
hurt from
situation.
your side.
And
Yes.
she said she's
Yes.
going for therapy.
Are you still dealing with it through therapy?
Also, don't shame me because I'm.
No, we're not. I'm not trying to shame you.
Okay.
It's like the way you sound right now. You sound very angry. I'm not saying you are angry.
Sound.
You sound angry. You sound so hurt.
I feel like I
And
am. I am.
It really pains me to hear someone speak how you do because I've been through the similar
I
situation.
am.
You know?
I'm hurt.
Are
you know?
you still dealing with the process of healing?
Yes, I'm still going through therapy. I'm hurt, and I don't feel like we need to make people feel bad by actually being angry or being, because I haven't gotten justice from the situation. I haven't had people actually say, Banzi, I understand what you've been going
Is
through.
your justice
I
from people, Banzi?
empathize. I'm getting to it, but like I'm saying, when you empathize about someone, you see that they are humans, right? People have not seen me as a human being. I've been just brushed away. But like the female or the feminine voice has been put on a pedestal.
Yes,
That's a
And
problem
because
for me.
you are more masculine,
Yes.
therefore you don't have a voice.
I've been treated like a man.
Like a man.
And it's not okay.
But
so
we-
that's why most of the time I feel like I become quite angry and I become
You see,
hurt.
without distorting your situation, I was speaking for the community right now, and I am just speaking my 2 cents that you were asking about same-sex abuse. I was saying the couples that are on our socials that we idolize, 1,000, 2,000 likes. Those are the people that sleep with wet pillows at night. Those are the people that are scared to speak out until shit hits the fan. Now, again, for the victim, it's never too late to speak. But I would like to take this opportunity to encourage those that are in situations whereby they are being oppressed, they are being abused. It's never too late to speak out. It's never too late to walk out of a situation that you feel like is toxic, of a situation that is emotionally taxing for you. You can still walk out and seek help, because we've got NGOs that are out there, LGBTI NGOs that are doing the job. It's in Bajang government chelete. Topic for another day.
Oh my gosh.
Kiwaka the queer well, you know,
Okay.
queer well. Those are organizations where you can pick up your phone at the comfort of your house and dial them and seek for cell phone counseling or press charges.
But also for masculine presenting women, lesbians like myself and you.
Yeah.
I'm saying today, judging from my experience with my ex-wife,
Yeah.
it's not okay to actually lay hands on anyone. It's not okay to beat someone else. It's not okay, because those your issues. You can't now justify your issues and say it's okay to do this because I've been hurt. You have an option to walk away.
Yeah.
But when you're young and you have been raised in a toxic environment, I know it's hard, but understand and learn, educate yourself.
Okay.
Right?
You-
Educate yourself.
Sure. So, Bansi, another thing that I want to know is, do you guys as lesbians feel totally sidelined when it comes to certain movements? Because I see that gay guys are more protected. How is it a lesbian woman's experience and in this country?
Nah, I don't feel protected. I actually had a conversation with a gay guy, a friend of mine. He has a personality just like yours, to be quite
it?
honest. Yes.
Over the top.
Flamboyant, amazing, charismatic man. And he did say to me, Banzi, you know why people will not hear you and why you actually will not be as expressive as me? it's because the world, society of South Africa has normalized gay men or men in general being normal. Everything they say, all of their realities are important like that. When if you would be a masculine woman and you act flamboyant, people will look at you different. Like literally. Yeah, they would look at me different if I would be flamboyant. Because women are not raised the same as men in South Africa. Let's also be real about let's be real, right? So that's where it comes from. That's the root of the problem. So as a woman, you cannot expect to be treated the same as men because we're not raised the same as men.
Okay.
On contrary, also, as a lesbian woman living in South Africa, I do feel sidelined, economically so. I do feel sidelined, socially so. I do feel sidelined with many factors that affect me. That affect me with becoming a better person. You know, I feel like economically we don't participate as much as men / gay men do. Asnamal. Asnamal.
Facts.
See,
I'm not. I mean, lesbians live a very comfortable life.
we don't have money. We don't have money.
I will speak for the people that I'm exposed to, like, which is more of the gay guys, that I would say I can see when they're struggling because gays most of the time keep a fake it till you make it type of vibe, you know?
And as those opportunities, remember, South Africa has a problem of misogyny. South Africa has a problem with being progressive.
Yes.
South Africa is still discussing issues regarding putting men and women on the same platform. It's still an issue without affecting the queer community. Just in generally.
But I mean, when you see the femicide rates, what does that tell you? What does that tell you?
We are in danger.
Women are not protected. Women are not seen. Women are not heard. How much more can we say it until you guys see our bodies just being buried in a bin somewhere? How much more?
With that being said, Banzi, RIP to all the LGBTI people that have lost their lives throughout this year. We have been losing lives left, right, and center. And highlight of all these violences that have been happening is the corrective rape. The corrective rape in South Africa is on the rise.
When do you guys feel most safe? Because, you know, as gay guys, we've got our own places like Liquid Blue. We can go to Guamaimai and go there and flirt with the taxi drivers. Because I've never really...
Oh, you had to go there.
No, honestly.
What happened to the Uber drivers?
You know, we're more likely to get sex now. We're more likely to get humped in the toilet, you know.
Men find it, they have a problem with us actually going for their women. So it's a problem for women.
We are more likely to be in danger. We are more likely. It's a very serious problem because the only time I'm safe is nowhere in this country.
Is it because maybe now most of the lesbians that have been killed have been forced to go straight?
Have they?
Because we hear stories, we read stories, we hear stories about corrective rape, and when change or there are some lesbians that we also hear, they go behind, like after nines, they go behind the scenes and go and sleep with men.
And it's
late
well
at
within,
night.
it's, you know, Katli, it's well within their rights. At the end of the day, who you sleep with should remain your business. It's nobody's business who I sleep with. After 9, after 10, after 11. Are you the timekeeper?
My vagina, my rules.
Are you the timekeeper?
My vagina, my rules.
Are you the timekeeper? You know, because it's not your business who I sleep with. I don't know what you are doing in your bedroom with your woman.
But that's homophobia. Because they're so focused on who we sleep with.
Yes. Now, my point is, even with the point, the abuse within the LGBTI. It's always based on, hey, Mara, like the rivalry between lesbian representing women or lesbians and bisexuals. I can't need, guys. I can't need for this conversation because at the end of the day, who you sleep with, it's nobody's business. It's nobody's business. It's nobody's business. That's where hate is being built. That's where hate starts. That's why LGBTIQ plus community can't sit together today. Because you guys are the gatekeepers of who should sleep where and who should sleep with who. Lebo manglun.
Yeah. True. True.
So MacG, shout out to MacG. Shout out to MacG.
Hey,
I felt that.
I felt hey.
I'm
hardly ever speechless, by the way. I felt that.
Yeah, but for me, how I feel safe in my own space where I can claim it and say, and affirm myself and say, okay, cool, you are beautiful. Even as masculine as you are beautiful, you are lovable, you are worthy of just good vibes generally. Because sometimes I feel like we get into this trap as just queer people, not just talking about lesbians now, as like needing love from straight people, you know? We fall victim to that, and I don't understand because I just left a situation with a straight woman right now, and she's acting like she's poly and everything, but I feel like being poly now is a thing that a lot of
What
straight
is poly? Please educate me.
polyamorous. It's believing that you can love multiple people, not just one. Poly, multiple.
Funda everything.
Anyway,
But what I'm saying is,
just understand
from one to the next. But don't keep Paul.
No.
but what I'm saying is that now straight women are taking these labels and are stringing along lesbian women.
You guys feel used by straight? Do you guys are used by straight women?
Yes.
Are you guys serious?
Yes.
Ah, Masiafana. We're also used by.
User.
Oh, not say user, but sweet nothing. Not even user.
Hey, wena makahlangana nawe etoilet espilini.
Yeah.
Kanjani?
I'm poly, I'm pansexual.
Hey,
Know the title?
Okay, the people that I've came across, they don't know the titles, but I know that I've been called cute in the toilet. Not that I mind, you know, but a cute that comes with the
But
keys.
you are cute. Look at you. Oh, smile.
Shout out to my girlfriend.
I don't know. Is she cute?
Wow.
Well,
Well.
yo, so we've came across curious people, and it's okay. I think this is going to be our lives until. Angeke siye kuhlangana nabantu aba curious. People are still exploring. Even I was not as bold as I am today.
But don't be bored and come and waste my time.
Oh, bored.
There's a difference.
Bold.
No. What I'm saying is, be curious, ne? But don't be bored and come and waste my time with your
Can't
curiosity.
are you always serious?
I'm not always serious. I'm not always serious. But people who come to us and use our time.
What's an activist now?
Don't come into me and waste my time. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because that's what a lot of them do. They waste our time. I don't like that. Yeah.
But I was saying earlier on, I so wish we could date people that came with the labels and the consequences written. Or to listen, these are the consequences. And also so that when people leave us, they must suffer certain consequences. They mustn't just live and go and be happy.
What was they do?
Like who?
They must burn.
Like who?
I don't want to mention names.
Burn.
Not necessarily burn.
Burn.
But something must happen listen, you can't come in and walk in and nothing I feel you. Sarafina, mama, yo.
Sarafina,
Please don't run away, bro.
Bad.
So imagine.
That was a dinosaur.
So imagine if you're dating someone and you know exactly that there's consequences to this. If you hurt that person, there's something's gonna happen to you. Don't you think that people will be more, will be more like?
People don't care.
Baba.
don't give a shit.
Chomi Kibulo,
Baba, we all
What do you
know
mean,
the future.
Kibuloi?
So, I mean, guys, do you think it's right dating someone and that person needs to know, hore, once I date him or her, if I
What's the fun in that?
if I fuck up, I'm going to be in
There's
shit.
no fun in that.
There's no fun.
I'm
Chomi.
going-
Uzongishiya nje kuphela.
And then that's why manje u-Enhle is coming for everything. For everything.
Cheers, bye.
You see what I mean? Like with the whole femme thing.
Yeah.
Not to say what was she waiting for? But at the end of the day, bruh, she had all the time in the world to She had all the time in the world to know
and I remember,
how she was hurt by black coffee.
No.
Why is she choosing now?
But you can
But
never
you can't
dictate
time it, like-
time for abusers.
No, it's not about time. You know what you went through.
She's
Why
a
do you
victim.
wait?
You never question a victim. That's rule number one.
You see, that's a problem with victims. I have a problem. Don't be a victim for that extent, bruh. Why are you a victim? Because when you're a victim, you have all the power. You're getting all the power
You
from
don't
that
have the
stuff.
power. That's the thing about being a victim.
No, then it's a reverse psychology because you getting power by
You see,
by
Banzi,
acting like you're not
Banzi
have power.
must try and deactivate your
No.
Twitter account.
I am not going to deactivate my Twitter account because it's not right to use circumstances for victimhood for wrong things.
I once tweeted. Let me tell you. I once tweeted.
wrong.
This was years ago, and then I said, "Women that stay in abusive relationships need to take accountability." And I was attacked so badly. And then they said, "How do you know?" I was like, "Women that stayed in an abusive relationship
they
need to
need
take
to take
accountability
accountability.
sometimes to say, I allowed this to happen, and say, but now, therefore, the healing process of it won't be that easy." But I got attacked because I also didn't understand where. I mean, I'm not an abused woman, so I cannot speak on behalf of an abused woman. And at the same time, I have seen what abuse has done to my mom and what it's done to my sister. Do you understand? So sometimes it's not a matter of them. At some point, you have to learn to deal with the pain that was done to you.
And now,
I get the severity of abuse. I get it. But at the same time, when you're two people dating, there are two realities involved. The abusive person and the victim. Yes? Right?
What if you're the scammer?
Exactly. You see what I mean? That's exactly the point I'm trying to make. You know what I mean? But like you need to also absolve yourself and understand how to take responsibility for the fact that you were in that situation for that long.
Bujy,
Why did you not leave?
Morally, it's correct for me to actually clarify, because right now I'm in a situation whereby on a daily basis I meet people that are talking their stories, and half the time these men and these women always say that I never knew until I left. Because there is that moment whereby when you're out of the situation, you are able to observe, to say, Maramur, I was in a toxic thing. You know?
Yeah.
You were in a toxic relationship. Yes.
No, I fully understand what you mean. Also, when I left the relationship, Katlu was there, guys. I used to cry so badly. When I only realized, I'm like, no muntu begang you, Sacho. He even sent an email, said, "I'm sorry for using you." I was like, wow. Sorry for stringing you along. And then you only realize after, once you're out, you're like, man, this person has been.
Yeah. So now, my point is that we should be able to be sensitive to this situation. It is the most important matter that our country is dealing with, and we should be able to sympathize.
It's exactly what I told you guys about earlier. Remember Uzuki Lamani? That chick who actually dated the boyfriend of her late best friend, Aviwe Jem,
Okay.
who passed away in 2017. This man murdered your best friend, and then you date your best friend's murderer later. But you are a GBV activist. So that's what I'm saying. Women, you guys know what you guys are doing when you stay in these situations. You guys know what you're doing when you're dating these men who murder. You guys know what you're doing when you're dating abusive people. You guys know what you're doing when you're emotionally abusing people. Let's not absolve people of responsibility. Everyone has responsibility.
Banzi, there's always merits to these cases. There's merits.
Yeah.
There's nitty-gritties.
Yes.
You know, we can't now smear every situation.
Who governs the nitty-gritties? And how do we know it's true?
No, remember, what I'm trying to say is that...
Who governs the nitty-gritties?
What I'm trying to say, you know...
Parliament.
Who knows that it's true?
No, what I'm trying to say is that there's nitty-gritties,
for
guys.
real.
There's merits to situation. This is a situation. This is something that you are bringing forth into this table, and it's valid. Someone that is going out of their way to date a perpetrator that killed their, I think that's what you said.
best friend.
Yeah. You see, in that situation, I'm sure the judges, where they are also going out of their way to understand
They're
why.
working out the puzzle.
Yeah. Why this GBV activist?
The puzzle of toxic femininity. Toxic femininity is real. It must be spoken about. Women are extremely also toxic as men are. Let's not always say men are trash. What about women and their responsibility in toxicity? How about that?
In women-to-women relationship.
Woman-to-woman relationship.
Also
or
in men too, in those straight relationships and in women to women, because they run away with being victims in all of these situations. When do they take responsibility for their part? When?
Okay.
When do women take
I
responsibility?
leave that to the host.
When?
you know,
When? I'm a
think-
woman. I have a vagina.
I think we need
I have a right to speak.
Kunatra, nana, kunatra.
So, tata uncle.
Hey, Tame, bra.
Guys, it's been
Po,
awesome.
po.
You know, it's so much love. It's good to just hear stories coming from lesbian women, because usually we just sideline ourselves like, oh, kill lesbian, but you know, or when we see them like lesbians, you know, usually.
But we,
and to hear that also, like, you're going through the same pain, the same trauma, which is even worse at times, you know, whereby you don't even feel safe. And for me, I would like to say, you know what, we need to start taking care of each other as a community.
Yeah.
You know, it's high time, and that's why this platform is here. And I think that's why we say the queer way of life. The queer way of life, guys. It's been real, and we're out.